Golden Tigers fans, get ready. It's time for buckets, blocks, spills, thrills, steals, and slams. Thunder! Tuskegee basketball is next on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Now, let's go courtside with the call. Here's Charles Ward.
Sports and Music Complex on the campus of Edward Waters University. Golden Tigers, the women's version, win their ball game, 64-62. We get set to head in the men's action. We're joined by head coach Vincey Taylor as his Golden Tigers hit the floor and get set to meet the Tigers of Edward Waters. Coach, thanks for joining us as usual in the pregame.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here once again with you, Charles.
We talked about it in the last ball game. We were hoping that was going to be the ball game, that everything just played its way all the way to the end and got that win and got on the other side. But we ran into something very familiar in that ball game right down there near the end. There were a couple of 2 or 3 minutes where it just got away from us.
Yeah, we had 27 turnovers. And, at the beginning of the year, we just weren't turning the ball over. We're turning it over way too much now. They had 30 points off of turnovers. We had 3, so that's a 27-point differential right there. We were leading at halftime and only took 15 shots.
Sure.
So my speech at halftime was like, guys, let's take care of the ball. We had 14 turnovers. We were still up 4, I think. And then finished the half strong, up 10, but we only took 15 field goal attempts. So we're getting better in some other areas, but live ball turnovers are really hurting us right now.
Yeah, you referenced that. We were talking about that after the ball game. That's kind of where the difference was in the turnovers and what they did after they got the turnover.
Right.
Still just a sign of a team that's young in terms of being able to play through that, and just keep wondering what your mindset is as you encounter these situations. Something slightly different every game, but something nonetheless every game.
Yeah, I told these guys, you guys are old enough to be in the war right now. You're old enough to be fighting for our country. Sure. It's just basketball. I'm kind of done with the young scenario or narrative. I think they're playing into that a little too much. But man, I tell you what's really refreshing. Every day they show up to practice, and we got a together group, and they work really hard. It's been a fun group. Other than the final buzzer, some games, but this is a fun group to work with. And I just can't think we're not going to get better and eventually get it together.
That's what everybody feels. It's just like, it's just that one little scenario that'll just change the whole picture, and we keep hoping for that.
We've been, you don't play 20 minutes, you play 40. We've had a lead in every conference game at halftime. Against Savannah, I think we were up 8 in the second half, and we just go into droughts. And a lot of that has to do with just getting tentative, getting a little, you gotta concentrate on playing good basketball and not winning. The winning will take care of itself.
What is that? What you're telling them, just to kind of keep doing what you're doing?
All the time. Let's execute this play. Let's not worry about, man, we were just up 8. They hit a 3, now it's 5. Let's just concentrate on playing good basketball. And that's hard for a young group to kind of, they get a little paralyzed when teams make run. But, hey, we were down and made a run against them.
Sure.
Savannah, their starting point guard played on that championship team. So,
sure. Yeah, right.
They got game experience. I don't have anybody on this team that started every game last year. I only have 3 guys that played more than 15 minutes a game last year on this roster with no seniors. But I like my group. I keep saying I like my group, and we're going to get better.
Oh, that's what you were saying before the season started, right at the very beginning. It was a different group. Style of play was going to be a lot different than what we saw last year. We are seeing that. But we saw a very, very interesting spark plug in that last ball game with Kevin finally getting into the lineup.
Oh, yeah. How about that, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? First minutes on the floor, I thought he did a good job. He's going to be a good player for us, and we're happy to have him, and he's a good teammate. He's a great kid.
He seems that he's going to be in a position to kind of take some of that load off of DeAnthony handling the basketball so much in a full court set coming up and down the floor, which may allow him to get more of a shooting rhythm going now that Kevin can take a lot of that load of ball handling off of him.
Yeah, he had a 3 to tie it, and he was devastated that he missed it. You know, Coach, I'm supposed to make that shot. You know, and he spent half the night apologizing to me about his turnovers and the missed three. I said, hey man, let's just get ready. Got a short turnaround. You know, one thing about this league, I was talking to Coach Huff before the game is, I mean, anybody can win on any given night. It's a gauntlet. The SIAC is some good basketball. I love it. Sure. Every time I'm preparing to, you know, to go against good coaching and good teams and good talent.
So you got this Edward Waters group tonight. What do you expect out of them in terms of challenges for us?
Oh man, I mean they're good. They're well coached. They're tough. They're very versatile. They're pretty deep. They got a lot of different guys that can score the ball. They're very good off the bounce. Got guys who can score in the low post. They're good. I mean, they're good. Home or away, they're good.
Early keys for us.
Man, I feel like it's Groundhog Day. Man, we got to take care of the ball. We got to make our free throws, and we have to have an inside-out attack on offense, and we got to get to the boards. I think we'll defend well. You know, Savannah, I think, shot 34%, maybe 28 from three, but we fouled them a little too much down the stretch, and they got too many easy baskets. When our defense was set, I think they were shot around 17%. When our defense was set, like I said, they had 30 points off turnovers. That was they scored 62 for the game. So when our defense gets set, we're pretty good.
Well, let's see how it plays out this afternoon. Any concern with you now that we're talking about this afternoon ball game? Because this was scheduled to be a night ball game here at Edward Waters, but they moved the schedule up.
They moved it up. I think that, you know, the students are gone. They moved it up. I don't know the reason for it, but, you know.
How did that affect you all in terms of practice?
If we lose, I'm going to blame it on that.
There you go.
But, no. It's, you know, this league on the men's side do a great job. The ADs, the administrators do a good job of working with each other and accommodating each other. And, you know, we're just at the hotel. We're just 7 to 5. It could have been 1 and 3. It doesn't matter. You know, we're going to have to play well to win. And we were happy that we could accommodate. We didn't have anything going on that we needed to adjust. And they made the request, and AD Ruffin called me up. And I said, sure, if that's what they want to do, let's do it.
There you go. Nothing like that camaraderie in the SIAC.
Yeah.
But this is about where it's getting ready to stop.
We worked well together till 5 o'clock.
That's exactly right.
5 o'clock, we had each other's throat.
And we're headed to that right now. Coach, best of luck this afternoon in the ball game.
Happy holidays to you, man.
Thank you, sir. As always, we love you dropping by.
Yeah, happy holidays to you and the crew.
Thank you so much.
And, you know, we love being on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. We love it. Thank you so much.
All right. See you, Coach.
Holidays.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Coach Vinci Taylor, head coach of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Always fun talking to him. Loves basketball. Just a good guy overall. Take a break. Get set for men's action on the Golden Tigers Sports Network after the timeout.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Thank you for watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
And we thank you for watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network, because we're live from Jacksonville, Florida, for men's action on the Golden Tiger Sports Network at the Adams-Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex. Edward Waters hosting the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee coming in at 2-8 and 1-4 in conference play. Right now, 5th in the West of the SIAC. And the Edward Waters Tigers are 3-7, 2-2 in SIAC play. They are 5th in the East Division of the SIAC. Tuskegee coming into today's ball game. Heartbreaking loss to the Tigers of Savannah State, 62-55. And you heard Coach Taylor talking about that. The big difference in terms of why it went the way of the Tigers is just the results of the turnovers. 27 in that ball game led to 30 points by Savannah State. And that created a spread right there. And then you go to the free throw line where Tuskegee only went 19 of 29, lost that ball game by 7 points, and could have easily won with a better free throw percentage shooting in that contest as well. So Coach Taylor and Tuskegee continuing to try to get the mix in terms of players, but more so now the mindset about the difference between winning and losing, and the way that you do it is just you play a full 40 minutes of basketball. We'll see if they are able to do it here this afternoon against the Tigers of Edward Waters, who come into this ball game after being trounced by the Badgers Spring Hill 103-85 in their last outing. Let's take a look now as gets set for men's action. Starting lineups for the Tigers of Edward Waters. They'll go with Christian Ford, the junior from Dallas, Georgia, starting, averaging 80% from the free throw line. He leads them in that category. Goliath Mitchell, the junior from Flint, Michigan. He's all everything for Edward Waters. 17 points per ball game, 1.8 rebounds. Leads the team from the floor in field goal percentage as well as behind the arc. So that's junior Goliath Mitchell. Also for them, it'll be Amari Floyd, the freshman from Atlanta. Floyd averaging 5.8 points per ball game. He will be on the floor. So will be Jeremiah Corton, the freshman from Toronto, Ontario. Corton on the season, 5.8 points per ball game. And in his last outing had 9 points and 2 rebounds for the Tigers of Edward Waters College. So it'll be R.J. Nord, the junior from Decatur, Georgia, the fifth player for Coach Cabral Huff and the Tigers of Edward Waters. He's a junior from Decatur, averaging 5.4 rebounds per outing. Good for 21st position in terms of rebounding in the SIAC. So those are the 5 for Edward Waters University. Head coach Cabral Huff in his first campaign, assisted by Brandon Brett, Chris Reedy, and Charles Eddie Smith, the brain trust for Tuskegee. Now, take a look at the starting lineup for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They come into the ball game 2-8 overall and 1-4 in SIAC play. Same lineup as we saw against Savannah State. Kevin Seasbury, the junior from Lithonia, Georgia, getting his second start of the season after just getting back to roster play. Kevin, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal in 36 minutes to play in his outing against Savannah State. He'll be joined by Marquez Jones, the junior from Tuskegee, in the front court. Marquez Jones at 10.3 rebounds per outing for Tuskegee. Good for second in the conference in rebounding for the Golden Tigers. To Anthony Pennington, the junior from Kansas City, Missouri. The Anthony, 14.1 points per ball game, leads the team in scoring, 13th in the conference in scoring overall. 3.4 assists per ball game for Pennington as well, leads the team in that game. It'll be Kasame Draper, the sophomore from Conyers, Georgia, also starting. Draper on the season, 13.6 points per ball game, 4.5 rebounds per outing. And rounding out the 5 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, the redshirt sophomore Chip Culpepper from Hoover, Alabama. Culpepper, 4.6 points per ball game and 2.1 rebounds for Tuskegee. Golden Tigers coached by Benji Taylor. He is in his 5th campaign at Tuskegee, and he's assisted by Mike Smith. And that duo really trying to do something special at Tuskegee, despite how things may appear as it relates to schedule or in terms of the record at this point. It is a work in progress, and they are both encouraged about what they are seeing in this young group and the development that's taking place, hoping that by getting into the second half of the season, that it will all have blended together and the results will start to show. But right now, they're going for their second conference win against the Tigers of Edward Waters. It'll be a Martez Jones jumping in the middle for Tuskegee, and he'll be jumping against Floyd. Tuskegee on the road in their crimson trunks and jerseys, lettering and numerals on the jerseys in gold, and the basketball belongs to the men in crimson, Tuskegee. Half-court set, they throw it right away. First entry pass is thrown away. On the inside, Floyd took it away. They work it left side to the rack, and the shot is off the mark by R.J. Nord, the junior. So Tuskegee with 27 turnovers in the ball game against Savannah, starting this one out with a turnover. Culpepper. That's not how you start, though. Now Pennington behind the arc right side. Shot clock at 9. DeAnthony on the move. Slides across the floor to Culpepper. 5 to shoot. Chip with the jumper. Missed it badly backside. Rebound cleared by Christian Ford for Edward Waters. Over to Nord. And out front with the basketball now as Jeremiah Corton takes a look at it. And the jumper from outside. This one's knocked down by Goliath Mitchell. We talked about him being the spark for Edward Waters, and he does so in his first free throw field goal attempt there. And he's got the first 2 points. Whistles in the backcourt on a 5-second violation against Tuskegee. So the pressure in the half-court set, or the backcourt set for Edward Waters yields an early result for them. Ford to inbound it, just right of the broadcast table. Edward Waters going left to right in this first frame on your radio. Left side on the shake is Corton, and the whistle at the block. Jones is hit with his first personal. And it'll be Ford to inbound it right of the cylinder for Edward Waters. They lead it 2-0. Ford with a jumper, bottom of the rim, rebound and a putback. Leading to this foul as Mitchell had Pennington on his back and got the lay-in. So he's got 4 already. And we're just underway with 18:31 left in the first half. Draper in the backcourt. He'll face full court pressure by Edward Waters. Over to Pennington. Draper. Now to Seasbury. Kevin across the timeline. Bounce past Pennington. Underneath. Laid off with a lay-in. Got it to Jones. Other side of the rack. He missed. Draper got the rebound. Missed on his putback. Jones fights for it again, but this time it's cleared out of there by Nord and Edward Waters. 3 looks for Tuskegee that took. Nord. Lead behind. On the move now. They push it up top. This is Court to the glass with the lay. So Quartang with his first 2 of the ball game. Nice dipsy-do layup by him left side. Early 6-0 lead for Edward Waters. Draper in the backcourt. Bounce pass over to Culpepper. Back to Seasbury. Kevin bounce pass to Jones at the block. Now they work it to Draper. Foul line extended. 10 to shoot. Draper drops with the jumper. Missed from the foul line. Culpepper had a hand on it, but stripped away by Nord. And here comes Edward Waters. With the quick step right side is Corton. Back up top Ford. Lost his balance inside the paint. Seadsbury, 3-on-1 basketball. Bounce pass left side. Culpepper to the rack. Got to lay in. And Chip is fouled. He'll go to the line. Nice 4 running there by Tuskegee on the breakout with the transition. 3-on-1 with Kevin making a good pass over to Culpepper for the lay-in. So Chip to shoot. 53% free throw shooter. Headed into today's action, 10 of 19. Tuskegee as a team from the free throw line, 15th in the cup. Staring 2% from the line. Culpepper got them both this trip though. Got the free throw to make it a 3-point effort down the floor. Whistles. And got a foul call underneath. Call the foul on Pennington. Team foul number 2 on Tuskegee. So it'll be Nord to inbound it to Ford. Ford squares, gives it back out front to Corton. Corton works it left side. Underneath, pushes in the corner. Up top now, they got a man free. Nord on the push. Back in the corner. Ford free for 3. Back of the iron. Great clears for Tuskegee. So Kasami with the rebound. Seasbury out front, the 6'3" junior from Lithonia. Works it over to Pennington. DeAnthony now trying to get something inside the paint. Back to Seasbury. Long 3 by Kevin. Back of the iron. White jerseys corral the basketball. Mitchell in the paint all the way through. Lead behind outside to Floyd. No. on the penetration. They try to dump it in the corner back to Mitchell, but they tossed it right at the base of the foot of an umpire in the corner, so the basketball over to Tuskegee. Edward Waters seems to love this quick pace. We're at 16:21 remaining in this first half. They lead it 6-3. Coach Taylor in the corner talking to the official. And now they get played and set to resume. Draper in the backcourt, and they took it away from him. Easy lay-in by Mitchell. Tuskegee just too soft on the inbound play. Mitchell took it away and got the lay-in. Pennington at the sideline, they're throwing it right into that trap. Across the floor to Seasbury. Kevin pitches across the timeline. He's trapped just in front of us. Stepping on the inbound line, and the basketball over to Edward Waters. Not sure what can be done about this from a coaching perspective. Tuskegee is extremely weak as it relates to contending with the trap of the opposition. Saw it against Savannah, and certainly Edward Waters has seen the tape by now. That's exactly what they've done. They've started out trapping the basketball, and they lead it 8-3. Take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I am Lily Lanier, President of the Tuskegee National Alumni Association, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Thank you.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
The Utilities Board of Tuskegee is a proud sponsor of Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. UBT puts the power in your hands to enjoy the things that matter most. Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Purpose, progress, people. 15:59 left first half. 8-3 lead for the Tigers of Edward Waters over Tuskegee. Edward Waters with the basketball. Court King with it, the freshman. Works a foul line extended with a pass to Nord. Nord, left side challenge, blocked inside by Cambridge, who just got on the floor. Pennington across the timeline now. Cambridge, right side, over to Culpepper behind the arc. Now Pennington with 14 to shoot. DeAnthony fires a three-pointer. That one's off the mark. Jones batted it to the cylinder. It's loose on the floor now, and it'll belong to Edward Waters. The series between these teams, very young series. Tuskegee leads the series 2-0. Both games that they've won in the series were played at Tuskegee. Half-court set, reverse lay-in by Ford, and he got the basket. Tuskegee broke down on defense there. Ford with an easy basket on a reverse. Today's meeting is the first time that they've met here on the Edward Waters campus. Foul line extended. Cambridge missed on the jumper there. Basketball tapped around and out of bounds. It belongs to Edward Waters. They lead it by 7. Women won their ball game earlier today over the Lady Tigers, 64-62. Take their record at 6-3 and 3-2 in conference play. Squaring back with a jumper behind the arc. Mitchell missed on that one. Basketball to Seasbury, and here comes Tuskegee back the other way. They need a basket here. Kevin works at left block. Back up top to Pennington. Chris Mickens out on the floor now for Coach Taylor as well. Cambridge up top to Jones. 10 to shoot. Seasbury penetrates, had it stripped. Down, trying to get it down low to Jones, and they throw it away. Right side, Mitchell runs the floor. Euro step and the lay-in. Tuskegee's going to have to find some kind of David out there to stop Goliath, because right now he's got 8 points already. Cambridge underneath and a whistle, and he will go to the line and shoot for Tuskegee. Call the foul on Floyd. That's his first. That's team foul number 2 on the Tigers of Edward Waters. Cambridge. Redshirt freshman from Marietta, Georgia. Averaging about 17 minutes per ball game of playing time, as he missed on the first of 2. 60% free throw shooter at 12 of 20 at the start of today's ball game. Tuskegee with a relatively slow start here. We're at the 14-minute mark. Only 3 points at this point. They trail at 12-3. Now 12-4 as Cambridge hit the second of 2. Justin Mincy, the sophomore, on the floor now for Coach Huff and Edward Waters. He handles out front. A little set of players subbed out there. Larry Scott, the junior, out there on the floor as well. He handles out front. Now they push it across the floor to Samuel Visat. And a jumper from outside. Glover, the other one on the floor, that's Reno Glover. And he knocks down a three-pointer coming right off the bench. So Glover with a 3. Chris Whitmore out on the floor now for Coach Taylor. He handles across the floor, pushes a 3. Whitmore knocks down a triple for Tuskegee coming right off the bench. Answering the 3 by Glover on the other end. Whitmore, the lefty. Not a whole lot of playing time up to this point, but knocked down a triple early here. Down in the corner, this is Visat. And Visat works it inside to Edwards. Deshaun Edwards tied up in the paint. And a jump ball arrow will keep it with Edward Waters. But a good defensive effort there by Tuskegee in the paint. 15-7. Tuskegee trailing it. Out front of the inbound pass, Edward Waters pushes to Scott. On the weave now, on the move, Mincy. 7 to shoot. Mincy spins left side. Now 4. Tuskegee can't bail him out. And they'll get him an offensive push off. Trying to work for position was Glover. And they got him for the foul. Actually, they call that foul on Mincy. So team foul number 3 on Edward Waters. Draper, far side of the floor to inbound it. Tuskegee goes right to left on your listening device in this first 20 minutes of play. 15-7, Edward Waters leads it. Draper trying to get it in place, got to hurry here. And they get a 10-second violation, not able to get the basketball in. Looks like they're going to get a reset this time because Visat was invading the space of Draper, trying to get the basketball in. Kind of hovering over the inbound line. Pennington in the backcourt. Comes across the timeline. Tuskegee with 12:40 remaining in the first half. Bounce pass left side, Draper. Up top, Tyshawn Boyce is out on the floor. Whitmore pushes left side, Mickens. Chris surveys inside the Boyce. Boyce doubled at the block, spins left side with a jumper. Oh, yeah. Boyce got the space and knocked it down. Big basket there by Tyshawn Boyce. He has been idle the last couple of ball games for Tuskegee. But back there with a nice work at the baseline. Missed shot in the corner by Edward Waters. Tuskegee taking their point total to double digits if they can get a basket this trip here. 11:57 left first half. Pennington guarded out front by Mincy. Over to Draper. Now Whitmore. Up top, Boyce. Left corner, Mickens got some space. Chris on the move now. Hard push by Mickens to the rack. Shot it too hard and missed. Fought for his own rebound, though. And a putback right side by Mickens. The freshman kept working and got rewarded. Tuskegee has narrowed the lead now 15-11. We're at 11:29 left. Glover, bounce pass, entry pass. They go inside to Edwards. They push it back out front. And Glover with his second three-pointer of this first half. So they went inside out on that play, and Glover got the lay in. Pennington behind the back and a whistle. Foul will be called on Samuel Visak. They sought the freshman from Paris, France. 11:09 left in this first half. Tuskegee trailing it 18-11 to the Tigers of Edward Waters. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
I'm Reginald Ruffin, your Director of Athletics, and you are watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own. Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
And we are back live on the campus of Edward Waters University in Jacksonville, Florida. Inside of the Adams-Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex, one of the facilities here on this beautiful campus. It's HBCU, founded in the 1866, known then as the Brown Theological Institute. Taylor out on the floor, got it over to Mickens. He's trapped immediately at the sideline. Mickens just had it taken away by the Tigers, and they get an easy lay-in back the other way. Scott with his first two of the ball game. That full court pressure just causing a problem for the Golden Tigers as Mickens has it in the front court this trip. Back up top to Austin Taylor. Trying to get it to Boyce or Draper. They got it to Draper in the paint. Floater to the rack. And Kansami converts for Tuskegee with the lay-in. Draper with his first two of the ball game. 20-13, Edward Water leads. They push one down in the corner. That three-point shot is off the mark. They're going to have it over the back. Down low, Deshaun Edwards trying to defy odds here in gravity by trying to go over the back of one of the Golden Tigers down low. That little physics project didn't work out so well. They hit him with a foul. Full court pressure. Tuskegee still having problems getting it in. Whitmore in the backcourt, doubled immediately. Over to Taylor. Taylor had it tapped and taken away. Down in the corner. This is Mincy. Back up top. Mickens tried to save it. And they say he stepped on the inbound line. Nice job by Mickens to chase that ball at the sideline, though. Tuskegee trailing 20-13. Half-court set for Edward Waters. We're at 10:05 left in this first half. Zone defense for Tuskegee. As Mincy pushes back over to Floyd. Now down at the block. They challenge Edwards. And the basketball knocked out of bounds. Good job by Boyce to slide over with Draper. And they knock it out of bounds. 11 to shoot now for Edward Waters. Scott surveys. Tightly in the corner with the pass to Floyd. That's 8 to shoot. Out front, Glover on a move. Floater at the foul line. Straight up and straight down into the cylinder for the basket. So Glover's got 8 in this first half of play. Taylor across the timeline. Over to Whitmore. Now Draper, foul line extended. Kasami turns inside the paint. Found the lane and got a lay-in. Nice footwork there by Kasami on the inside. 9 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first. Tuskegee trailing 22-15. Half-court set for Edward Waters. Pushing to three. Deep from outside. Shots off by Mincy. And here comes Mickens and Tuskegee. Chris over to Taylor. Austin Taylor, Chris Mickens, Kasami Draper, Christian Whitmore, and Tyshawn Boyce on the floor. Whitmore pushes a three in the corner. Same result for Whitmore. He's perfect from behind the arc so far. 2 of 2. 8:46 left in the first. 22-18. Edward Waters leads. Glover trying to answer. Rattled it good again for 3 points. Glover with 3 3-point baskets here in this first half of play. 8:28 left in this first half. 25-18. Edward Waters with the lead. Now they'll send back some of their starters. Ford back out on the floor. Floyd still out there. Horton back out on the floor. So is Mitchell. Full court pressure. Sees Berry. Over to Draper. Draper lost his dribble in the backcourt. Over to Pennington. They got to hurry now. 10-second violation. Tuskegee just cannot get that basketball across the timeline. So turnover there. Gives it back over to Edward Waters. Draper takes a seat. Sure, between the time that this ball game is over, the Golden Tigers will another contest at the end of December. Non-conference ball game against Georgia Southwestern down in Americas. The emphasis is going to be on them working on getting out of these trap situations. Basketball loose on the floor, fell right in between 3 Tuskegee defenders, but the shot was missed on the inside by Ford. Pennington back the other way now. DeAnthony slides all the way through to the rack, missed on the shot, left it high on the glass. Mitchell pushes back the other way for Edward Waters. Over to Ford, down in the corner on the move is Corton now. And now this is on the Nord on the push. Blocking foul, and they will count the basket. Nord just took off to the rack from the right corner, got there to the cylinder, got the lay-in, and the blocking foul. They call the foul on Cambridge. And at the line, it'll be Nord shooting, but he'll do that after this timeout. 7:43 remains first half. Tuskegee trailing 27-18 to the Tigers of Edward Waters. With Tuskegee basketball after the timeout on the Golden Tigers.
Hi, I am Lily Lanier, President of the Tuskegee National Alumni Association, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Thank you.
7:43 remains in this first half. Edward Waters with a 27-18 lead over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Tuskegee had it to within 2 points a couple of minutes ago. But a strong defensive effort by Edward Waters has created a little bit of space for them as they get set to come back out on the floor. And it'll be R.J. Nord, the junior from Decatur, shooting at the line to try to build on their lead. Nord for his first points of the ball game from the free throw line. Got that basket from the floor and the free throw for a 3-point play. Make it 28-18. Pennington up the floor to Mickens, down in the corner, and a whistle. Ford guilty of the foul there.
Tiger foul number 0, Christian Ford. Is on whistle, 16 foul.
Team foul number 6 for Edward Waters. That will be side out right of the cylinder for Tuskegee to inbound it. Pennington surveying, looks to the inside, dumped it there in traffic. And a whistle as Jones goes airborne. Nord picks up that foul. And that'll send Jones to the line shooting for Tuskegee. Jones, 25 of 47 from the charity stripe. Leads the team in rebounding with 10.3 per ball game. Also leads them in blocks. And he missed on that first free throw. Women's action for Tuskegee, they have concluded until we start the second half of the season in January. As Jones missed them both from the line, they'll be back on action on January 4th. Home action from Daniel Chappie James Center. Mitchell, Goliath on a spin in the paint. Down in the corner, pushing with the jumper is Floyd. That shot's off the mark. Dillon with a good job of squaring out to get that rebound for Tuskegee. Pennington across the timeline now. Anthony wants to work it left side. Trying to get it to Jones. Got to hurry. Unloads it to Seasbury. Had it stripped, but he's fouled. Mitchell went for the steal and got a little bit more than what he bargained for there. So Goliath Mitchell, that's his second for him. 6:59 remaining in the basketball game. Edward Waters with a 28-18 lead. As Kevin Seasbury, the junior, will head to the line to shoot here for the Golden Tigers. Seasbury in his debut led the team in scoring with 16 points. Got that free throw. Tuskegee will make a good strong run here with under 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Kevin got them both from the line. Edward Waters quickly back the other way. Scott, jumper in the corner, missed on the shot. The long rebound, fought for it, comes away to Edward Waters. Challenging on the inside and to the glass. Corton got inside and got it to the glass, and Corton going to the line for Edward Waters. Second chance opportunity, that's what they got, the basket. Tuskegee not able to pull down that initial rebound. 3 or 4 players in the area, but the bounce bounced away from him. And Corton was able to finish with a lay-in, and he's fouled. Right now, Tuskegee, 7 of 16 shooting from the floor. Edward Waters, 13 of 25. Corton missed on that first free throw. Tuskegee, 8 turnovers in this first half of basketball, and make it number 9 now as they lost it on the inbound. Whistles on the inside, and Seasbury, with those dreads flopping, got the call on the inside of Scott, creating the action, and will go back the other way. So Scott picks up his first, and Keg Seasbury with a good defensive effort enables Tuskegee to get that basketball. Justin Mincy, the sophomore, back out on the floor for Coach Huff and Edward Waters. Tuskegee about to dump it in the corner. Basketball stays with them as it was tapped out of bounds in the corner by Glover. Full court pressure by Edward Waters in the corner. Seasbury had it tapped by Glover once again. Tuskegee with a challenge getting this basketball in to start play. This time the basketball inside out in front of the Tuskegee bench. Glover guarding Seasbury. And Kevin in the backcourt, he's trapped immediately over to Pennington. Anthony across the timeline, trying to throw it across the floor with the left hand and threw it away. This should really, right now, pressure bursting some pipes on the inside. Left hand lay-in, shots off the mark by a spinning Josh Demincy in the paint. He's fouled, he'll go to the line. Tuskegee that trip down the floor, able to get the basketball in the front court, but likely so relieved that they got it across midcourt that they hurried the pass across the floor, Pennington did. And that started the break back the other way for Edward Waters. Mincy got that first free throw for Edward Waters. His first points of the ball game. Austin Taylor out on the floor now for Coach Taylor in Tuskegee, as Draper takes a seat. So it's Taylor, Seasbury, Jones, Mickens, and Boyce. Lindsay good from the line with both. Seasbury, Boyce, up the floor to Mickens. Mickens had a tap just in front of us and tapped again. This time they'll get Floyd for over the back. Maury Floyd, the freshman from Atlanta. This group is just so aggressive from Edward Waters. The ball slapped by Floyd as he was going after that steal. Just thunderous here inside the Adams-Jenkins complex. Mickens to shoot. Mickens, the freshman. 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Got that first free throw. Larry Scott back out on the floor for Coach Huff and Edward Waters. And Floyd picks up foul number 2, and he'll take a seat with 6:13 remaining in the half. Chris for the second. Spins that one good as well. So Mickens good with both from the line. And we're down to 6:10 left in this first half. Morton had it taken away. Seasbury right side. He'll challenge Floyd. Forward, and the ball rejected at the break block. Taylor floater in the paint. He missed on the shot. Rebound Seasbury. Had it taken away at the block. Jones got the rebound. And Martez back left side with the lay-in. Galloway to stay with it, Martez. Back the other way, an errant shot outside from Tuskegee now. 5:38 left in this first half. 32-24. Edward Waters leads. Boyce out front, missed on it. Rebound and quickly back the other way is Mincy. Mincy gave it up behind the arc to Quarton. And Quarton back up to Ford. Now Glover. This three-point offering's at the front of the iron. Seasbury casually trying to go back the other way. You can't do casual here. Edward Waters stole it away. And Quarton down in the quarter, got a three-pointer. Yeah, this is not part of basketball here. These guys play at a hectic pace. Seasbury across the timeline now. Down at the block left side. Jones over to the right side of the cylinder. He's fouled. He'll head to the line. This young team coming into this action. Seasbury, a transfer from Chattanooga State Community College. Pace of basketball may be slower at a different level, but at this Division II level in the SIAC in particular, they play hard. You can't do anything casual. Seasbury got that basketball in the back court and was just casually dribbling up the floor, not anticipating somebody coming right behind him to snip it away. Draper back out on the floor, so is DeAnthony Pennington, as Jones missed on the first free throw, as we go under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. 35-24, Edward Waters leads. Jones missed them both. Mincy out front with the basketball. Now Scott will take a turn with it out front. Zone defense for Tuskegee. Mincy attacks up top and push it across the floor to Scott. Now Glover on the move with 7 to shoot. Back out front. Pogue down in the corner. Mincy creased the rim. Jones clears the errant for Tuskegee. Pennington, left side, Taylor. At the block, Jones. Jones trying to get it to Draper. Now to Mickens. Mickens, jumper, out front, line drive, missed on the shot. Chris wasn't sure about taking that shot. He took it anyway, and he missed on it. 4:10 remains first half. Edward Waters has led all the way. They lead at 35-24. Junior Larry Scott from Jupiter, Florida handles the basketball across the timeline for Edward Waters. Tuskegee content to stay in that zone. Jumper in the corner by Pogue. Air ball, backside rebound to Chris Mickens. And here comes Taylor. Up to Mickens. Trying to get it to Jones if they can. Guarded by a smaller Larry Scott. Draper, foul line extended. Kasame backpedals. Mickens will handle. Back over to Draper, left side. 10 to shoot. Draper, hard step in the paint. Down at the block, got Jones there and there for the flush for Tuskegee. Good patient pass there by Kasame. Scott pushes a three. Missed on the shot. Jones gives chase. He'll run it down in the corner. Had it tapped, almost taken away, but Taylor clears over to Pennington. And Anthony now on the penetration right side, all the way through. Mickens. Chris on the push up top. Taylor right side, back over to Pennington. 10 to shoot. Draper, foul line extended. Looks like an air ball, and it is. Basketball over to Edward Waters. They go quickly back the other way. This is Pogue on the move. Now they pull it back out front. Mincy settles out front. Pushes across the floor to Glover. He's already hit 3 3-point shots. Pogue on the move. Floater by him. Missed right side, but the basketball comes clear to Edward Waters. 2:32 remaining on the clock. There was a timeout taken on the floor. And the players will go to the respective benches. Edward Waters leads at 35-26. We'll take a break as well here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Drayton Florence, 2023 SIAC Hall of Fame inductee. Thank you for watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
.232 remains. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee University basketball on the Golden Tigers Network is brought to you by TNT Fireworks, America's best-selling brand of and the largest distributor of consumer fireworks. TNT Fireworks, proud supporter of Tuskegee Athletics. Glad to have them on board. After the timeout, across the floor, Joshdon Mincy to inbound it for Edward Waters. He'll push it in play with the pass to Quarton, the freshman from Toronto. Glover fires a three-pointer. This one airborne, but he missed. Draper clears for Tuskegee. We'll go back the other way now. 2:20 left. Pennington across the timeline. Tuskegee trailing by 9. Whitmore over to Mickens. Cambridge tried to set a screen. Now he'll drop down low and doubled in the corner. Basketball tapped around. And it'll belong to Edward Waters. This team just so aggressive. They just paw at it while you're handling it. Next thing you know, you're out of kilter and you wind up losing the basketball. That's what happened to Cambridge. That trip down the floor. Mincy out front. Right side to Glover. And we're at 1:50 left. Quarton in the corner. Back to Mincy. 9 to shoot. Down in the corner, Glover's free, left it short. Parachutes to Mickens and over to Tuskegee. Whitmore over to Draper, left side. Cambridge trying to get some positioning at the block, was there momentarily. Pennington out front. Anthony, hard push, foul unextended, got some space, missed on the jumper. Whistle on the end of the floor, it'll stay with Tuskegee. Pennington liked the shot he had there at the free throw line, just not able to make it fall. We fall down to 1:17 remaining in this first half of play. Edward Waters with a 35-26 lead. But it'll be Kasami Draper shooting for the Golden Tigers. Draper kind of gang tackled there under the block by the Tigers of Edward Waters. Kasami misses the first free throw. Chip Culpepper, Kevin Seasbury, and Pepper back out. 1:17 left first half. Draper, the second of 2. Kasami got the second one for Tuskegee. He's got 5 in his first half of play. Out front, it's Quarton with the basketball for Edward Waters. Skip pass across the floor to Mincy. Now back to Quarton on the move. Foul unextended. They didn't pick him up till late in that play. And a foul going to be called. Call it on Seasbury. Seasbury picks up his first. So Quarton will be shooting 2. And he's good on the first. Got him unofficially at 5 points. in the first 20 minutes. Now for a second. Shooter's touch on that one. Fell good for him. Lead back up to 10 now for Edward Waters. Culpepper in the backcourt over to Seasbury. Right over the floor to Whitmore. Across the floor, dangerous pass to Pennington. DeAnthony to the rack left side, got the lay-in. 46 seconds left, first half. Across the floor with the jumpers pulled. Missed on the shot. Basketball tapped around and tapped it back to Edward Waters. They'll go again. Timeout taken by Coach Huff and the Tigers of Edward Waters. 33 seconds left in this first half. And no other way to put it, but right now Edward Waters just out hustling Tuskegee and just a lot more aggressive in terms of their play defensively. It's really showing itself at this point that they're beating Tuskegee to the ball. And when Tuskegee has the ball, they're hawking it just so relentlessly that it's causing either a rush play by Tuskegee or just a out-and-out turnover overall. So we'll see what kinds of adjustments can be made at halftime. But we've seen this as a prevailing theme the last couple of ball games, certainly saw it against Savannah, in terms of them stepping up to the intensity and how it rattled to Tuskegee in that ball game to the tune of 27 turnovers. And the crushing thing about it is that those turnovers led to points off of them. Let's take a look where we are now stat-wise. 5 of 6 from the free throw line for Edward Waters, 7 of 13 for Tuskegee. 40% shooting for the Tigers. Tuskegee at over 41%, 10 of 24. 12 turnovers, though, the concern spot for Coach Taylor and Tuskegee. No whistle on that call. To the rack on the shot. The shot was missed on the inside, but again, a second chance opportunity coming for Edward Waters. It was Perkin on the right side trying to penetrate. And Draper picks up a foul on the inside. It's his second. And Perkin at the line, result of what we were just talking about, the aggressive play of Edward Waters versus the slower pace of Tuskegee. He'll be shooting. Front of the iron. Seasbury got the rebound. Evans doubled in the backcourt. Had it tapped and stolen away by Edward Waters. Edwards got the dunk for Edward Waters. 0.9 seconds left here in this first half. And Tuskegee just flustered at this point. Culpepper, far side of the floor. See if they can get one off here before the buzzer. Edwards to Junior with the easy flush. And they got a steal on the inbound play. Edward Waters is going to be like they're running on clouds coming off of the floor here inside the Sports and Music Complex. They have got to be happy with their first half performance as they glide back to the locker room. They lead it 39-29 over the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee got to come up with some answers for this press. We'll take a break. More basketball ahead on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, Tuskegee University, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not gonna be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity, but the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts, and that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. Hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, it'll make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just gotta give them a chance.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
As a global bank, our game plan is to help clients manage their money. We're a team of challengers, thinkers, and go-getters. Together, we bring out the best in each other. With our partner SIAC, we're creating pathways for the next generation of talent. We're scouting bankers, advisors, techies, and yes, athletes. Kick off your career with UBS.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Since 1837, historically black colleges and universities have been fulfilling their purpose to educate and empower. Since 2009, the Home Depot's Retool Your School Campus Improvement Grant Program has also been powered by a purpose to update, upgrade, and uplift HBCU campuses. Today, 44 million votes, $4.1 million, and 147 grants later, we remain inspired by the people, the passion, and the power of HBCUs to continue our purpose. Learn more at retoolyourschools.com.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a black woman, so obviously it's not gonna be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity, but the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts. And that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run, Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. Hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, it'll make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just gotta give them a chance.
It's a great day for the Tuskegee University Golden Tigers to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccinations during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It's crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations, even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccinations, including COVID-19 and flu. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. That's alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. Tuskegee right now at the intermission, trailing the Tigers of Edward Waters by 10, 39-29. As we take a look at some of the first half numbers in this contest from the Adams-Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex from Edward Waters. From the floor is where all eyes pay attention to first. 10 made field goals by Tuskegee out of 24 opportunities, 42%. 15 of 37 for the Tigers of Edward Waters. They are at 41%. And 19% shooting from behind the arc for Edward Waters at 4 of 21 and 2 of 5 for Tuskegee behind the arc. Turnovers, 13 for Tuskegee, 5 for Edward Waters from the free throw line, 5 of 13 for the Golden Tigers, 54%, 5 of 7, 71% for the Tigers of Edward Waters College. We got some of the individual performances in this first half of play. It was coming off the bench for the Tigers. It was Glover, Trevino Glover, the sophomore, who knocked down 3 3-pointers in that first half to lead all scorers in that first half of play. Glover had a finish of 11 points in that first half. Again, 3 of those coming from 3-pointers coming from behind the arc. He was the only player in double figures. They had help from Corton with 9, and Goliath Mitchell started out on fire. Got the first few baskets of the ball game. He finished the first half with 8 points for Tuskegee. The leading scorer, Christian Whitmore, surprise leader for Tuskegee. Whitmore coming off the bench. He hit 2 3-point shots to give him a 6-point total coming into the second half of play. Foul situations, Tuskegee had Seasbury with 2, Culpepper with 2, and Draper with 2. Edward Waters, 3 players, Ford, Floyd, and Nord, each with 2 fouls in the first 20 minutes as we get set and underway in the second half. Glad you could join us on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Charles Ward here from Jacksonville with the call. Again, opportunity for you just to call into the athletics department and just register with the athletics director Ruffin. Your thoughts about the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Chance to really expand on our coverage of Tuskegee athletics. Starting with this full season of men and women's basketball. We'll pick it up in the second half on the road and at Chappie James. And then we'll turn our attention to spring sports as the weather, we hope, starts to thaw at some point to get us looking forward. Half court set, looking forward. Tuskegee trying to break that deficit as they go inside the Draper, and Draper got the basket there on the inside. So Draper, with his first 2 of the second half, he's got 7 in the ballgame. Half-court set for Edward Waters. Sliding by the defense is Horton. Horton back to Ford. His jumper's off the mark and out of bounds. So Tuskegee back the other way now, trailing at 39-31. It's Mickens, Pennington, Seasbury, Draper, and Jones out on the floor. Mickens had it tapped in the backcourt and out of bounds. Not sure what the conversation was about in the locker room for Coach Taylor. But we'll see if they were able to address to any degree this press by the Tigers of Edward Waters. It has just been relentless. Seasbury in the backcourt pushes to Pennington. Anthony will work it right side. Slide pass to Draper. Draper left side to the rack and a whistle. So Kasami will be going to the line to shoot. Reminder that we have more men's action before the end of the first half of the season. On the 30th of December, we're down in Southwest Georgia, down at Americas to meet the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern in a non-conference ball game. That's on a Saturday. Contest will start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So for you folks in the Central time zone, it'll be a 2 p.m. start to close out the first half of the season for both men and women. Tuskegee women closed their half of the season out with a win tonight over Edward Waters, final 64-62. Shot there outside. That one's off the mark for Edward Waters. So Tuskegee back the other way with the basketball. Pennington almost had it tapped. It'll stay with Tuskegee. Goliath Mitchell was crossing the passing route for that basketball and almost came away with it. Mitchell behind the arc, pushes inside to Draper instead. Draper to the rack, one more step, and he got a layup. So Tuskegee trying to push that basketball into the inside. Draper back-to-back field goals. He's got 9. Horton, the freshman from Toronto, works out front with the basketball for Edward Waters. Pushes across the floor to Floyd. Now Mitchell handles. 10 to shoot. Horton fires a 3. Left it on the iron. Mickens gives chase and runs it down in the corner. Up to Pennington. Anthony across the timeline. Slide pass in traffic, and they throw it away. That's just not going to work. That pass is way too far outside. And a whistle on the penetration. We got a travel violation back the other way. Full court pressure. Mickens will inbound, but Tuskegee lucky to have this basketball. They trail it 39-34. Full court pressure. Over to Pennington. Pennington looking up court and threw it over to Mickens. Mickens to Draper. Draper across the floor to Pennington. 3-on-1 at the block. Pennington's floater is down and out of the cylinder. Basketball is loose on the floor. Seasbury there. Jones is there. Taken away by Mitchell for Edward Waters. 2-on-1 basketball now. And Mickens down at the block with a good defensive effort to knock it out of bounds. They had numbers with Scott and Mitchell running the floor, but Mickens able to assert himself in between the two and got a block. 17:44 left in the ball game. Ford entry pass on the inside. Turning is Vsot. Back out to Mitchell. Bingo for Goliath. Goliath with another 3-pointer. Lead behind is taken away by Edward Waters. Up the floor they come. Mincy left side challenges Mickens. Missed on the shot. Nothing but white jerseys there to clear the rebound. And a whistle on the inside. Jones struggling to get back down the floor for Tuskegee. He will depart the basketball game. Dylan Cambridge on the floor. And as Jones comes back to the sideline, he's talking to Coach Taylor. I think Jones may have just been a little bit winded trying to get back down that floor. This action is hectic here inside the Sports and Music Complex. Vsot, the freshman from Paris. Misses on that first free throw. Scoreless in that first 20 minutes. And VSOT for the second. Bremer, front of the iron. Cambridge clears for Tuskegee, but wrapped up immediately. Draper has it now in the backcourt. Pennington in the backcourt. Got to hurry to get it across the line. 10-second violation once again. So the basketball back over to Edward Waters. It's not enough bodies for Tuskegee contending with the backcourt help to try to get it across the timeline. So Edward Waters will have it after the turnover. We're down to 17:06 left in the ball game. Clock has not started as of yet. It's running on the scoreboard to my right. Now they got him in sequence. Mincy back to Mitchell. Mitchell slides the paint across the floor. Ford pushes a three. Shot an air ball. Mickens got the rebound over to Pennington. Anthony out front now. Works off of a screen right side. Anthony slides all the way through to the rack. Got the floater to fall. Pennington with his first points of the second half. He's got 4 overall. 16:20 left. Left side pass batted, almost taken away by Pennington. Glover's got it far side of the floor. On the move now is Ford. Lay in left side and a whistle at the block. Draper trying to get in. Square there. I think they're going to give Mickens though. Yeah, Mickens will be called. So Mickens picks up his first. Second foul here in the second half for Tuskegee. So Ford to shoot. Ford had 2 in the first half. Ford good for that first free throw. Ford out of Dallas, Georgia. 80% free throw shooter for Edward Waters. Leads the team. Missed on the second. Put the hex on him. Mickens across the timeline now. 2-on-1 basketball. Over to Draper. Draper at the block. Got the lay-in. Good job by Mickens to get rid of the basketball early so that Draper can get a firm grasp of it and make his move toward the racket. It wasn't late on the pass inside to him at all. That's what you need to do with the bigger player. So Draper got the lay-in, assist to Mickens. Mitchell. Hard three-point shot by him is off the mark. Rebound, Cambridge. Outlet pass, Seabury. He'll step back in the backcourt for some reason. Now up into the floor to Draper. Draper across the floor, Mickens. Mickens challenged on the inside and got VSOT to commit the foul. So good transition there by Tuskegee to get that basketball down the floor. 43-38 with a timeout on the floor. Edward Waters leads it, but the last couple of trips down the floor have been very favorable for Tuskegee. Let's take a break, see if we can continue with that on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Brown, Academic Advisor, Operation Manager, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
We are back live, Jacksonville, Florida, on the campus of Edward Waters. 15:28 remains in the basketball game. Tuskegee's numbers from the floor slowly creeping upward. 14 of 29 or 48% shooting. That's because they're able to get that basketball on the inside now. 16 of 44 shooting for the Tigers of Edward Waters at 36%. Free throw line, 8 of 15 for the Golden Tigers, 6 of 11 for the Tigers of Edward Waters. Turnovers creeping a bit high for Tuskegee at 16. Play set to resume. Mickens at the line, shoot for the Golden Tigers. Chris knocks down the first one for Tuskegee. Jenkins for the second. Missed on the second shot. Rebound cleared to Deshaun Edwards, the junior from Tarboro, North Carolina. They give it to Goliath Mitchell. Now down in the corner on the push across the floor. They give it over to Edwards. Edwards had it tapped at the baseline. Good defensive work there by the Golden Tigers. Cambridge collapsing at the baseline. He and Seasbury caused that turnover. Half-court set now for Pennington for Tuskegee. Jones trying to set a screen. DeAnthony left side. Lost the dribble, pushes out front to Kevin. 10 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Seasbury carrying that basketball mighty high, almost had it stripped away. Jenkins to Pennington, 3 to shoot. DeAnthony's got to get airborne, got it to the cylinder, missed on the shot. Basketball comes clear to Edwards and Edward Waters. Quickly back the other way. Goliath Mitchell down at the block. They call Mickens on the foul. That's Chris' second foul. And Goliath going to the line now for Edward Waters to shoot. Mitchell with 11 for Edward Waters. It's that first free throw. Give him an even dozen. Culpepper back out on the floor. And Bryce Cummings, the sophomore from Tallahassee, inserted into the lineup with 14:34 remaining in the basketball game. Have not seen a lot of Bryce in his front half of the season. Have high hopes for that young man, as Mitchell got them both from the line. Up the floor, Cummings right side to the glass, got it to fall, and they'll get a blocking foul at the baseline. Coming in, paying immediate dividends is the sophomore Cummings. Nice floater right side to get into the scoring column and to cut the deficit down to 4. Cummings, spark already. Shooting from the line. Only had 4 free throw attempts in this first half of the season. Cummings not able to draw the rim on that first free throw. .26 remains. Tuskegee going to settle into a zone defense now as Mincy comes across the timeline for Edward Waters. Out in the corner to V-Side. V-Side on the move. His floater is no good, but he got his own rebound. Blocked at the base by Culpepper, but it came clear to Goliath and Edward Waters. Mitchell on the move now. Slices left side. Another blocked inside, this time by Martez Jones. Here comes DeAnthony. Tripped momentarily in the corner. This is Seasbury for 3. Rattled it good for the Golden Tigers. Seasbury with 5 in the ball game now after that triple. 1 point lead now for Edward Waters. Tuskegee has battled its way back. Mitchell out front to Mincy. They go back to Goliath outside. They throw it away and comes clear to Cummings. Now Tuskegee with a chance to claim a lead here. Seasbury across the timeline now works off of a screen by Cummings. Lost this dribble. And a whistle away from the basketball.
Tigers now number 33 standing inside.
Look at Vasat there with that foul. It's 14 foul number 4 for Edward Waters in the second half of play. 13:23 left in the ball game. Tuskegee with a chance to claim a lead. Pennington surveys the inside over to Jones. Martez back to DeAnthony. Up top, Seasbury now. Kevin with a three-pointer. Front of the iron. Rebound. Cummings to the glass and a whistle. Bryce Cummings, the sophomore, with a very bright spot for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee since being inserted into the lineup. Call that foul on Edwards on the inside. Cummings, a couple of big free throws here for Tuskegee. Can put them ahead. Cummings hard on that first one. Draper back out. Christopher Whitmore back out on the floor now for the Golden Tigers as well. Bryce for the second of two. Better result there. Ties the basketball game at 45. Mincy across the timeline, facing that zone of Tuskegee. Nord, they push it down in the corner to Glover. All the way through and underneath. Nord fires from the corner, missed on the shot. Draper goes sky, and we go back the other way. Tuskegee with the basketball. A chance again here to claim a lead. Good defensive set there for Tuskegee. Culpepper up to Whitmore. Whitmore at the sideline, trapped across the floor to Pennington. Up the floor now to Cummings across the timeline. Now down in the corner, Whitmore. Trying to bounce it inside to Draper. Kicked out of bounds by Edward Waters. 12:47 with a fresh 20 to shoot here for Tuskegee. Pennington in the corner for three. Hit the iron. Basketball tapped around. Pennington trying to save it. It'll belong to Edward Waters. Pennington trying to hit that three-pointer just as he got the basketball in play. Working off of a screen by Draper. Half-court set now for Edward Waters. Wharton works it across the floor to Glover. The zone defense of Tuskegee has been effective. If only to slow play up a bit for Edward Waters. 9 to shoot. Glover out front, creased the rim, but they'll get another look. Wharton got it in the corner. He's doubled there. Back out front to Mincy. We approach 12 minutes left. Mickens set to come in next dead ball. Nord pushes across the floor. They've got 6 to shoot. Nord slides left side, hop step at the free throw line. Missed on a jumper. Cummings got the rebound for Tuskegee. How about the sophomore? Right side, Culpepper. Entry pass, Draper. Hanging all over him. Finally got a whistle on the inside. He was held out front. No call on that one. They found the second hold on the inside. They call it on Edwards. Draper will be going to the line for Tuskegee. He'll do so with 11:47 left, and after this timeout inside the Adams-Jenkins Sports and Music Complex. Take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Tuskegee trying to inch ahead from free throws.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, Tuskegee University, and you're watching the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Booster Digital Displays is the proud sponsor of Tuskegee University basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. As the exclusive provider of the digital scorers table inside the Daniel Chaffee James Center and the new state-of-the-art Jumbotron and scoreboard at Cleve Abbott Stadium, Booster Digital Displays is committed to boosting Tuskegee athletics to the next level. And for more information on the affordable and innovative Booster Digital Display product line, you can visit www.boosterdisplays.com. That's boosterdisplays.com with no E. Draper with the first free throw, rattled, and it popped out of there. My goodness. Tuskegee trying to take a lead. Draper for the second of two, and he'll do so on that second free throw. 46-45, as Draper got 1 of 2 from the line. He's got 7 here in the second half, 12 overall. Wharton out front now for Edward Waters. This zone has been very impressive for Tuskegee. Mincy pushes back in the corner. Glover with a three-pointer. That one's off the mark. Rebound fought for, tapped out of bounds. Cummings challenging Edwards on the inside. Bryce touched it last. Edward Waters with the inbound play. Edwards on Draper. Deshaun, hard step in the paint. They'll get him for the travel. Good defensive work inside by Draper to deny that space inside the paint. Culpepper to inbound it. Pushes it in and play to Mickens. Chris back to Chip. Gotta hurry now. Culpepper. Gotta push it across the timeline. Finally got it across with just fractions of a second to spare. Seasbury out front. Wharton has that defensive assignment. Kevin, left side all the way through the rack. Left it airborne and out of bounds. It'll stay with Tuskegee. 11:01 left in the ball game. Tuskegee leading by a point, 46-45. Seasbury looking to the inside. Bounce pass there, Draper. Floater, a hook shot is good by Draper. Nice entry pass from Culpepper, and Draper, nice form on that hook shot. He's got 9 in this second half. 14 overall. Half-court set, and they throw the basketball away. Chip right there in the entry lane of that pass and try to get it across the floor. Seasbury across the timeline now. Tuskegee by 3. Kevin just accosted out front there by Quarton, the freshman. They will pick up a foul. And that'll send Seasbury to the line to shoot. 10 minutes remaining, 10 plus minutes, and Seasbury to shoot here. Tuskegee already in that bonus, so it's good news as Goliath Mitchell sets the check back in on the floor for Coach Huff. He'll replace Joshton Lindsay in their lineup. Seasbury, 2 free throws in the first half of this basketball game. Got that first one to fall. The 3-pointer earlier in this second half. So right now at 4 points in the second half. 6 points overall. Second free throw headed his way. Got them both. 48-45. Tuskegee with the lead. Across the lane. Shot there is off the mark by Quarton. That was a wild shot by Quarton, trying to work at left side. Tuskegee will take that one every day of the week. Seasbury comes across the timeline. Tuskegee with a chance to extend their lead. They lead at 50-45. Their largest of the ball game. Seasbury to Mickens just in front of the Tuskegee bench. To Draper. Double there. Kasami on the floor at the block. Spins. Got it airborne. And a whistle on the inside. Call the foul on inside. They call it on Edwards. That's number 4 on him. Hard working Kasami Draper rewarded and going to the free throw line. That's what you want to see out of Kasami. Once that basketball goes in there, send it into a dead zone and don't bring it back out. Got that foul, and he's at the line shooting here for Tuskegee. 9:49 remaining in the ball game. Tuskegee has come off the deck, trailing it at halftime and able to claim a lead here. Draper not able to convert on that first free throw. Tuskegee trailed by 10 at the intermission, 39-29. They have rallied so far. They have been able to stop that press by Edward Waters by slowing the game up a bit, going into their zone defense, believe it or not. Mitchell out front for Edward Waters. That slows the pace a bit and has forced them to come out of that Holter trapping defense. Glover out front, 8 to shoot now for Edward Waters. On the move, Corton to the rack, whistles, and the spinner is going to fall good. My, oh my. He penetrated inside the zone there and got some space for a lay-in. Somebody's going to have to step in there and cut a lane off once they commit to the inside on the penetration, and that shot clock running down. No excuse to let him get all the way to the cylinder while you're in that zone. But Jeremiah Corton, the freshman from Canada. He had 9 at the end of the first 20 minutes of play. First field goal here in the second half. Pennington back out on the floor. So it's Mickens, Cambridge, Jones, Pennington, and Seasbury out on the floor now. As the free throw is good by Corton. Good quality minutes there from Bryce Cummings off the bench. Seasbury. Guarded, they're going to try to trap him at the sideline. Across the floor, good job there getting out of it. Mickens down in the corner to Jones. Jones going to try to bump his way on the inside, and they took it away from him. Ford back the other way now. Leaning lay in. And a blocking foul going to be called on Ford's penetration inside. Mickens trying to get in front of him.
Foul number 24 stands. It's for the personal 15 foul.
So that'll send Ford to the line shooting for Edward Waters. Ford's the team leading free throw shooter. We're down to 9:01 remaining.
Question Ford in the line for Edward Waters, shooting 2.
So Mickens with his third personal. Ford on the first free throw is good. Edward Waters doing a good job of pacing themselves, staying in the game by doing some good solid work from the free throw line. Ford for the second of 2. He goes 2 of 2. And the lead now down to 1. Full court pressure. Seasbury in the backcourt to Pennington. DeAnthony guarded by Mitchell. Trapped as he comes across the timeline. Cambridge. Right side Seasbury. Kevin on the move now inside the paint. To the rack with the floater. Good. Good job by Kevin to recognize that space inside. Got that easy grip shot from about 2 feet away. Glover in the corner. They push it around the horn to Mitchell. Goliath fires a 3 in front of the iron. There again, a basketball's loose on the floor. Cambridge finally goes down and gets it. Over to Pennington. DeAnthony comes across the timeline. Tuskegee by 2 with 8:22 remaining. Pennington, they left him free for 3. Can't find the range. Jones got a rebound but lost it with players coming underneath him. Mitchell back the other way for Edward Waters. Back to Ford. Now Glover slides left side. They pick him up at the block. Down in the corner. Jumper there by Corton's off the mark. Mitchell clears for Tuskegee. Under 8 remaining. Tuskegee by 2. Steal there by Corton. He'll go up the floor challenging Jones. Got a lay in. And Jones commits the foul. So the takeaway by Corton and the run of the floor for the lay-in, and Jones commits the foul. So Corton gets the lay-in. That will count, and he'll be at the line shooting to try to give the lead back to the Tigers of Edward Waters. Timeout on the floor. Take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network as well.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
From us at the Tuskegee University Bookstore, thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Shop exclusive TU gear in-store or online at TuskegeeUniversityShop.com. Go Tigers!
$7:44 remaining in this basketball game in a seesaw affair. We're tied at 52 right now. Numbers bear that out. 11 of 16 from the free throw line for Edward Waters. 13 of 26 for Tuskegee. From the floor, 18 of 38 for Tuskegee, 47%. 18 of 56 or 32% for Edward Waters. Even number of field goals, reflecting the tightness of this basketball game. From behind the arc, 5 made by Edward Waters, 3 by the Golden Tigers. Rebounding, that edge going toward Tuskegee. Turnovers, fortunately, that one's going toward Tuskegee as well. Most of that came in the first half of this ball game with that relentless press by the Tigers of Edward Waters. It subsided some now as the free throw at the line is missed. And Draper has it for Tuskegee. He's trapped immediately. Up the floor, Seasbury got a man open down the floor. That's Cambridge to the rack, and Dillon got the lay-in. They beat the press that time and got an easy basket as a result. Cambridge, his third point of the ball game. Zone still in effect for Tuskegee. 7:20 left in the ball game. Tuskegee by a bucket. Horton on the work at left side. They force a pass across the floor. Shot clock at 9. They bounce it down at the block. Ford turns with an awkward jumper, and he missed. Seasbury clears for Tuskegee. And over to Pennington. DeAnthony out front. Horton guarding him. DeAnthony hard push in the corner. Now back up top. On the turn is Mickens. Chris over to Cambridge. Almost threw it away. Cambridge collects it though. Pennington now with 8 to shoot. DeAnthony floated in the paint. Tried to bank it, but he missed. Cambridge keeping it alive. Now it'll go over to Edward Waters. Tuskegee deep into that play clock that tipped down the floor. Would have loved to come away with a basket. As well as Jones reports back out on the floor for Coach Taylor and Tuskegee with 6:40 remaining. Amari Floyd back out on the floor. He'll give away with the basketball over to Corky. Now Ford out front. Bounce pass to Glover behind the arc. They're working the perimeter. Good defense by Tuskegee. Glover found the range out front for 3. Glover with his 4th three-pointer of the ball game. Pennington in the backcourt now. It's got to hurry. Trap pushes up the floor to Mickens. Mickens across the timeline. Up the floor to Jones. Jones lost the handle on it, but Mickens got it back. Mickens with the floater at the rim. Missed it. Got his own rebound and the putback. Missed that one as well. 3 looks inside for Tuskegee and neither falling. We're under 6 minutes left. Edward Waters leads by a point. They have the basketball. Horton pushes in the corner to Glover. Whistles and a push off there. It's going to go against Draper, though, defensively. Draper picks up his 4th. And that will send Glover to the free throw line to shoot. Glover, last trip down, just shot Tuskegee out of that zone with that big 3-point shot. They had quieted him quite a bit since his rash start with 3 of them in the first half. Missed on the free throw. Pennington across the timeline now. Glover guarding him. Pennington wants to work it right side. Inside the paint, down low to Jones. Jones to the rack, shot rejected. Got his own rebound and a putback on the right side. Jones hustling to keep the basketball alive. They call the foul on Ford inside. Jones, not a percentage free throw, but definitely a clutch free throw shooter. And this is clutch time. 5:24 remains. Jones with just 4 points in the ball game knocks down that first free throw. Pogue back out on the floor now for the Tigers. He'll replaced Christian Ford in that lineup by Coach Huff. So Jones with the second free throw headed this way. It's Jones, Taylor, Pennington, Draper and Seasbury on the floor as Jones missed the second. We're tied at 55. The women won a squeaker in their contest. See if the men can do the same. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left. Mitchell. Horton. He'll work it left side. Euro step back to Goliath Mitchell with a three-pointer. Remmer's off the mark. Jones skies and rips that one out of the sky with a rebound. Basketball out of bounds and thrown away by Tuskegee. My, oh my. Just an inopportune turnover there. Culpepper back out on the floor. Under 5 minutes remaining. Floyd out front to Fortune with the basketball. Across the floor, they work at the Pogue. Pogue out front pushes a long-range three and knocks it down. Able to find the range from outside. His first points of the ball game. Pennington half-court set now for Tuskegee. They'll spread the floor a little bit if they can. Draper, right side behind the arc, up top to Jones. Tuskegee trailing by 3. Pennington, 9 to shoot. DeAnthony, stop, dropper inside. It stayed good this time for Pennington. Timeout on the floor, 4:13 left. Tuskegee cuts into that lead. It's a 58-57 lead for Edward Waters. We will step out for this media timeout as well on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
From us at the Tuskegee University Bookstore, thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Shop exclusive TU gear in-store or online at TuskegeeUniversityShop.com. Go Tigers!
Of Adams-Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex. That means we're on the campus of Edward Waters University. That means we're in Jacksonville, Florida. And that also means that we have a good basketball game going on the floor. 4:13 remaining. We're going to look at the numbers. Tuskegee, 20 of 45 shooting. Edward Waters, 20 of 60 shooting. Behind the arc, Edward Waters with the edge there. 7 3-point baskets made. And Glover with 4 of those. Tuskegee with 4 3-pointers in this ball game. Right at 20 turnovers, Tuskegee just one shy of it. Only 9 for Edward Waters. Tuskegee in that zone. Mitchell, hop step at the free throw line. Threw it back out front. They push it down in the corner. Glover again for 3. This time he missed on the backside. Chip gets the rebound for Tuskegee. Over to Pennington. DeAnthony across the timeline left side. Spreading that floor a little bit, working with Culpepper in one corner and Austin Taylor in the other. Anthony trying to find a screen. Lost the dribble. Bounce past Jones, left side to the rack, left it short. Basketball tapped around and out of bounds. It'll stay with Tuskegee. Deliberate bounce pass on the inside to Jones. They're trying to get him at the block in the one-on-one. Like to have him a little bit closer to the cylinder where he does not have to take a dribble. 3:32 remains. Timeout on the floor. Talking about those numbers. Assist 11 for Edward Waters, 8 for Tuskegee. Fast break points, 14 for Edward Waters, 6 for Tuskegee. A lot of those 14 for Edward Waters really came in the first half of this basketball game when they were pressuring Tuskegee so much at the trap, at the midcourt, and in the backcourt. Resulted in them taking away the basketball and then them shots down under the basket. Some of them hurried. They would quickly turn them around and take it back down the floor. That's why they lead in that fast break category. Tuskegee doing a good job of answering that turnover situation going into the halftime. Coach Taylor, seasoned coach that he is, recognized that you can sometimes slow that level of defense up by changing what you do defensively. And what he did was drop into a zone to allow the play to slow up a little bit and to take away some of these breaking opportunities for that Edward Waters defense to jump into a full court pressure set or even trapping at the half court. So Tuskegee will have the basketball as we get set to resume play. Pennington will inbound it right on the cylinder. Jones back to DeAnthony. Head fake. Now pass back inside. Jones missed on the shot. Draper fought for the rebound. Jones in there as well. Jones to the rack. Got a whistle and the lay-in. How about the junior from Tuskegee? Hard work by Martez on the inside. Missed on the initial shot. Call that foul on the inside on Tolbert for Edward Waters. And the free throw is missed by Jones. Tuskegee up by a point. Half court set now for Edward Waters. We're down to 3:14 left. Goliath Mitchell pushes back out front. Now Floyd across the floor to Glover. Wants a shot in the corner. The runner there is made. Glover, just a pure shooter, you can tell by his form. Running jumper by him in the corner, good for two, with 2:53 remaining, or 3 minutes exactly left now. And Edward Waters comes back out front, 60-59. Chance for us to maybe plug one more sponsor here. We'll talk about TNT Fireworks. They are one of our sponsors of Tuskegee basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. And they are also America's best-selling brand of and the largest distributor of consumer fireworks. Glad to have them on board as they continue to support the athletics program at Tuskegee University. We're back into basketball action in Tuskegee in the second half of the season. One more men's contest at the end of this month. And then it's back to Chappie James for a couple of ball games to start the second half of the season. Culpepper in danger, threw it up there to Draper. Somehow Kasami able to keep it across the timeline with a pass to Seasbury. Threw that basketball into a dangerous spot on the floor. Tuskegee got a break though. Need a basket here to reclaim the lead. Draper, foul line. Hop step in the paint to the glass, a whistle, and Draper finishes the shot with a basket for Tuskegee. Sonny Draper done a wonderful job on the inside. 11 here in the second half of the ball game, had 5 at the intermission, got 16 total. And he missed on the free throw. 2:36. Clock running. Tuskegee 61, Edward Waters 60. Glover for 3. Got fouled behind the arc by Culpepper, and he will be going to the line to shoot 3. Oh my, oh my. Not the time you wanted to foul him. I know he's really caused a lot of attention by Tuskegee because he's been so deadly from behind the arc. But Culpepper coming in at the very end of that shot. Glover hits the first, 2 more coming. Todd at 61. Remmer is good by Glover on the second. Mickens out on the floor now. And Coach Taylor, an opportunity to talk to Chip Culpepper about that foul scenario. Glover got them all from the line. So they take a 63-61 lead. Mickens in the backcourt. Full court pressure by Edward Waters. Over to Seasbury. Up the floor to Draper. Draper works the right side all the way to the rack. Draper tried to bank it. He missed. Got his own rebound and a putback. And somehow Draper drew another foul. Got a basket and he's back at the free throw line. No quit in Kasami in that half-court set. Needs to convert on these free throws. Right now, tied at 63. Draper with a fine job there, working it to the rack. Ford back out on the floor now for Edward Waters. We're down to 2:06 remaining. Down to 126 seconds remaining in this ball game. Draper. Can he finish the three-point play with the free throw? Missed on the shot. Jones tapped it, tried to keep it alive on the Tuskegee end. Not able to do so. Edward Waters back the other way. We come on this half-court set tied at 63, and we go under 2 minutes left. Courtney with the basketball out front. He and Mitchell play catch with it. Now as Courtney has it again. 10 to shoot for Edward Waters. Over to Ford. 7. Glover from out front. Back of the iron. Rebound. Jones gave chase. It's loose on the floor. They tie it up. Tuskegee picks it up. Pennington has it in the backcourt. DeAnthony. Take a timeout if you have to. Seasbury tied up and a whistle. 10-second violation. Tuskegee burned an opportunity there. Do not give that basketball away in that situation. Have 3 timeouts left. That was an important possession there. They get the 10-second violation and the basketball over to Edward Waters. 1:25 left in the ball game. Tied at 63. Out front, Courtney with the basketball. Right side, over to Pogue. Pogue has hit a big three-pointer late in this basketball game. Now Mitchell handles 7 to shoot for Edward Waters. Courtney's got to attack now. 3, Goliath Mitchell with the three-pointer left it short. Jones got the rebound for Tuskegee. Get across the half-court line, a good half-court set here. You want a quality shot. Pennington backpedals near the mid-stripe. 17 on the shot clock, about 50 seconds left in the game. Right side, Pennington slides all the way through, lost his dribble, jump shot, Remmers off the mark, tapped around, and it's over to Edward Waters. They go up the floor, Mitchell bumps there, that's going to be a charging foul, blocking foul, oh my goodness, called on Seasbury. Wow, Seasbury. Solid defensive effort that time, but called out front there with a blocking foul. They have a replay here inside the arena. As the shot's missed by Pennington, and they go back on the other end of the floor. This play well developed outside, coming down the floor, plenty of space, and there solidly was Seasbury. They did not get the reward of the call. A warning been issued to the Tuskegee bench now on Coach Taylor. With 36.6 seconds left. Tied at 63. Mitchell with the free throw. Boy, that one started out right side and just found its way back to the center of the cylinder for Mitchell. Initial free throw on the right-hand side of the rim, but able to pull it back in. And some of that Edward Waters spin on it. 64-63. Mitchell for the second. Missed on that one, though. Seasbury with the rebound. 32 seconds remain. Tuskegee trailing by a point. Seasbury lost his dribble over to Jones out front. Now Kevin back out front with the basketball. 15 to shoot. Seasbury one-on-one down in the corner. Jumper, Remmers off the mark. Jones is there somehow with a tip back. Got it to fall on a follow-up with a tip back. Great play by the junior from Tuskegee to follow that play. Jones, Johnny on the spot there. Tuskegee leads at 65-64, and we're down to 14 seconds left. Big play there by Martez Jones. He has been doing it all of his career here at Tuskegee. excellent shot following his shots and other players to the rack, and has been rewarded handsomely here tonight and throughout his career for just that second effort. You get him around that cylinder, there's absolutely no quit in him. May not be the best player as it relates to finesse and handling the basketball and getting off shots, but he certainly is one of the strongest, most aggressive that can keep a play alive around the cylinder. And he did so there for Tuskegee with a floating tap back into the cylinder for Tuskegee to take a 65-64 lead with 14 seconds remaining. It'll be interesting to see how Edward Waters plays it on their side of the floor, just how quickly they will have to go, or if they'll play it right down to the end for the final shot. Tuskegee by 1 point. Don't necessarily want to foul them in this situation. You want to see what they are capable of doing as Glover will let it roll and pick it up now as Seasbury comes out defensively. Glover up the floor to Corky. He wants to go inside, threw it down in the corner. Now Pogue lost his dribble out front. This is going to be a 1-0 here. Mitchell, floater, whistle, and a blocking foul at the block. Oh my goodness. Down inside. Mitchell airborne there and got a call on the inside. So Draper is called for the foul, and Draper somehow, if you look at the replay, at the back of that block, got there inside that circle, and Mitchell to the line to shoot now for Edward Waters. 3.1 seconds left in the ball game. Whitmore out on the floor. Seasbury is out on the floor. So is Mickens. And we're calling those names as well as Pennington because they are three-point shooters. And Mitchell got the first free throw to tie the basketball game at 65. He will have one more coming. And Coach Taylor saying, let's just go with it. As Mitchell hit the free throw. And Edward Waters will bring B-side out on the floor. So the timeout was taken. Edward Waters took it to Tuskegee. Looks like they're going to have to go the length of the floor. 3.1 seconds left. Tuskegee trailing by a point. We know that this is going to have to be something from the outside. I don't think they're going to have enough time to take it to the length of the floor for a lay-in. So maybe a spot-up situation with somebody maybe screen to get a free look from a three-point shot range. Got the shooters out there on the floor. But you know the pressure is going to be relentless by Edward Waters on the inbound. Tuskegee first has got to get it in play and then quickly get it up the floor for a three-point opportunity. Pennington has not hit a shot from outside in this ball game. Mickens has hit one from outside. Culpepper has hit a three as well. And Christopher Whitmore has hit 2 3-pointers in this basketball game. So Seasbury will inbound it. So it's Mickens, Jones, Pennington, Whitmore, and Seasbury, the 5. If we pass, Pennington hurrying up the floor. DeAnthony, right side, he couldn't get it off in time. Banked it and made it, but they're going to wave it off. He did not get the shot off in time. And Edward Waters will come away with a 1-point win, 66-65. That's all Tuskegee could do was try to get it down the floor and get a shot airborne. Pennington was called to do it. Probably should have pulled up sooner than that, but trying to get as close as he could to even make it a realistic opportunity. Was realistic because he did hit the shot, but the shot came after the buzzer. And Edward Waters able to hang on in this basketball game. They win it 66-65 over Scrappy Bunch and Tuskegee, who trailed by 10 at the intermission, but just fought their way through, found an answer to that Edward Waters tough trap at the midcourt and in the backcourt, but just not enough here at the Adams-Jenkins Arena at Edward Waters. Tuskegee falls 66-65. Take a quick break here, Eric. We'll come back, take a look at the numbers, then we'll wrap things up here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
From us at the Tuskegee University Bookstore, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Shop exclusive TU gear in-store or online at TuskegeeUniversityShop.com. Go Tigers!
This basketball team at Tuskegee University, trust me, is getting better and better after every ball game. Take a look at the stats from this one, though. Tuskegee, 44% from the floor, 24-54 shooting. Edward Waters, 21 of 64 shooting. Had 10 more shots from the floor than did Tuskegee. 17 of 25 from the free throw line for Edward Waters at 68%. And if you want to look at a category that Tuskegee, when they have this time off between this final ball game at the end of December before they start on the 4th, they are going to have to get rallied around that free throw line. 14 of 31, just 45% shooting at the free throw line. You look at this ball game, you look at the ball game prior to that, those losses really don't take place if Tuskegee ups that free throw percentage to something even close to respectable. That 45% just won't cut it. They've got to get that thing up near 70 plus to be able to say that free throws now help us in basketball games. Right now, they are hurting the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee, 20 turnovers in tonight's ball game, but again, most of those turnovers in the first half of this ball game. Got to take your hat off to Coach Benji Taylor. Did a great job of strategizing at halftime, electing to go into that zone defense to slow the pace of this basketball game and allow his troops to take a couple of leads in the second half of the ball game that they trailed by 10 at the intermission. End of the day, just not enough in this contest. Tuskegee, though, the men have one more ball game before they close out this portion of the 2023-24 season. They will travel down to Americus, Georgia on December 30th, which is right at the end of the year, to meet the Hurricanes of Georgia Southwestern in basketball action. That's non-conference play, 3 o'clock start Eastern time, 2 o'clock in the Central time zone. So we split here in Jacksonville. The women win it 64-62. Coach Deontay Wester and the Golden Tigers take their record of 6-3 and 3-2 in SIAC play. And for the men of Tuskegee, still a search, but you've got to be encouraged by what you're hearing and seeing from this team. They fall to 2-9 and 1-5 in SIAC play, falling by 1 point to the Tigers of Edward Waters, 66-65. And that'll do it for our coverage here down in Jacksonville, Florida from the Adams-Jenkins Community Sports and Music Complex. Special thanks to Tuskegee University President Dr. Charlotte Morris, Dr. Rolandes Rice, Tuskegee University's Chief Operating Officer, Director of Athletics Reginald Ruffin, Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletics Director, Tanya Lee, and Stephon Smith in the Communications and Marketing Department. Our go-to people over there in terms of helping us promote the network and helping you stay informed about our coverage of Tuskegee basketball. And certainly to Jordan Benson, the Sports Information Director at Tuskegee University, handles so many sports, but is always so focused on each of them and does a fine job. Nick Brown, Facilities, Faculty Rep, and Game Operations Manager for the Athletics Department. Thanks, Nick, for all that you do to help us in our logistics for the Golden Tiger Sports Network. And certainly last but not least, producer and director Eric Tabor, back in our remote studios handling our call for the last 2 ball games on the road, and he'll be here for the final one that we have on the road at the end of the month at Georgia Southwestern. Again, Tuskegee falls in the nightcap 66-65 to the Tigers of Edward Waters University. Glad you could join us for this coverage. Charles Ward on behalf of everybody here with the Golden Tiger Sports Network saying thanks so much for spending part of your Monday with us. And we will see you back on the 30th down in Americus, Georgia. This has been a presentation of the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network.